All right. Good evening, everyone. For those watching on YouTube, thank you for checking out we're doing a short video today. We're not doing an episode of the Anination podcast. We are going to highlight stuff that's going to be happening this month here in June of 2024. And there's quite a lot to say. When we left from the last episode, there was a bunch of movies that came out, so we're going to be discussing them here tonight, as well as some big premieres happening in June.
Yeah, so get yourselves ready because we're about to discuss all the things that are currently the hype during the summer.
Exactly. So get ready for that. It's great to be back, by the way, and also the fact that we're also doing reconstruction things out here. So if you actually come out to, if you actually are going to be checking out our podcast tonight, you'll see that there's to be some changes here and there. Again, we are reconstructing here, and hopefully by next week we could be able to give you a much better look of like what the studio is going to be.
Oh yeah, consider it a remodel. Consider it a upgrade of the venue of which we are doing the podcast in. So,
indeed. All right. So sit back and relax. We'll give you guys a couple more minutes for you to rest up, and then we'll be on in just a moment. So thank you guys for checking out the stream. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Anination podcast. It has been quite a long time, but we needed a break because we've been doing 30 episodes straight.
Definitely, yeah. We just, for 30 straight weeks, we kept the ball rolling. We've been delivering episodes to you every Wednesday, but there comes a time where we kind of need to take a little breather before we come back and recharge for more episodes.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we went to a convention just 2 weeks ago. You know, we were talking about FanimeCon in our last episode. We attended that, and we're going to be discussing this later on in the episode. But we are, like I said in our preview, we are reconstructing a little bit here and there. You can see Omid's stash of plushies have just reduced a little bit. We are trying to make new posters onto our background here, so we're going to redecorate the background a little bit more. And then, last but not least, I do want to show you guys something that's new for us. It is a brand new LED stuff right behind us, so it's actually glowy a little bit here in the background.
Pretty colors, yeah.
So we're like, you can change it up. We could have like blue colors or pink color, purple. You know, anything to pretty much glow up the whole entire back. So yeah, it's something to at least like make things a little bit brighter and nicer out here. So
yes, consider this doing our magic. You know.
Yeah, it's a way to actually make things a little bit better. Look, we've done 30 episodes, and we noticed that we have this like kept on just dragging along with like the change with all the things that happened here in the studio. But I think like every time we have a break, we need to change it up a little bit here and there. So yeah. So yeah, again, we're still reconstructing. We're changing up stuff here and there. But next week, you'll see something new, which is why we're bringing back the new episodes next week.
Yeah, so get ready for more new content.
Yeah, so let me actually do this here. We're going to change it up to this. Yeah, we're going to fade to different colors, make it a little vibey, you know?
It's like a party here.
All right, let me lower the brightness a little bit. It's a little too bright there. Okay, I think it won't help at all. Actually, no, we'll just keep it the one color. Actually, might switch the colors up while we do our presentation today. All right, so we're going to do a short video. We're not going to go straight to what happened this week because we don't want to discuss 3 weeks of what the hell happened to both of us.
That would take up an entire podcast episode itself.
Exactly. So let's actually move ahead and actually talk about the weekend that we went to. Both me and Omid went to FanimeCon 2024. Convention itself. I mean, let's actually start it off because like you started off on day one. How did it start off for you? Because you actually came in like pretty late.
So what happened was that I was getting my packing up, getting my cosplays ready, and heading on out to Fanime. More specifically, I was waiting until I arrived at a time where I was almost at checkout. It was almost time for a check-in at the hotel.
Yeah.
Because I needed to get myself, settled and checked in before I went into my cosplay.
So the thing is that this is day one, and your check-in for the hotel time was like what, 3 or 4 p.m.
Around like 3 p.m.
Yeah.
3 or 4
At least the gathering that you went to was later at 6. So when you were checked in, you immediately went to your cosplay, huh?
Oh yeah, like this was definitely. This was definitely something that I needed to take. I needed to take more extra time for myself to put on the cosplay, the Husk cosplay. But because let me tell you, it was a lot to put on. I'm talking about the ears. I'm talking about the hat. You're talking about the bow tie. You're talking about the wings. You're talking about the makeup.
You have a lot of things to work on. I had to just put on a suit, but then I had to repair that suit so much, like it was falling apart. So
yeah.
I was like, my vest was falling apart, so I had to make sure that I was actually stuck in that suit the whole entire time. Thankfully, the suit was able to work its magic. I had a tough time with my hat. You can see it fall off all the time when I was walking around with that
blasted wind.
Yeah.
And the airbenders messing with you.
Yeah, it was not the wind. It was more like my hat couldn't fit my head because I forgot about the wig size because the wig size also makes your head bigger. And the hat kept on falling off. But everything else from the cosplay was great. Everybody liked my cosplay. I met up with a couple friends who were also into Has-Been Hotel. Yeah, the convention itself was, I mean, the whole gathering itself was fun, but I have to say this, though, very disorganized.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Your thoughts on the whole gathering you went to in Has-Been?
Yeah, the whole gathering that we went to, I'm just going to say this right now, it was like way too big. Like, it was like, there's like so
the fandom is huge now because Has-Been Hotel just came out this year and it was, pretty epic.
No, but I mean, like, due to its overwhelmingly large size, of course, it would be a bit disorganized because I think that the organizer sort of like underestimated how large of a hype that Hazbin Hotel is at Fanime. And yeah, the Hazbin Hotel cosplayers, it was nice to meet some and chill with some of them. I've met a couple Husk cosplayers. I met some Lucifer cosplayers who there
was a lot of Lucifer cosplayers.
Who thanks to them and to you, I've now started my rubber ducky collection. So, yay!
We're all into rubber duckies now because of that. Well, no, the thing is that all the Lucifers were giving away like those rubber duckies everywhere. So there was that.
Hazbin Hotel made rubber ducky collecting cool.
I think I collected like 5 or 6 like ducks altogether. They had like the small ducks and like okay. So another random moment because I was cosplaying Lucifer. Like me and Jess were just like roaming around, just seeing where everybody is because you were in your going to your house cosplay. We just checked out Dealer's Hall and Artist Alley, and somebody randomly came up to me and just gave me a duck. And whoa. I'm like,
that is awesome.
I didn't even know the person. She just like came up to me, saw me, I was Lucifer, and then just gave me a duck. I'm like, okay, awesome. But if the lessons learned here that the fandom is huge and it's big for FanimeCon, and I'm like, wow, everybody's cosplaying Hazbin. Thank you all for doing that. This is great.
Yes, great for us, great for the show, great for representation in Fanime. Not so great when you're trying to organize a
that person who was organizing it really sucked. They need to change it up a bit. Thankfully, there are some other Hazbin Hotel cosplayers that actually know how to regulate, like how to make sure everything's information. I did feel a little bit upset that we didn't get like an Alistair and Lucifer shoot.
Yeah, like Hell's Greatest Dad, yeah.
Who is Hell's Greatest Dad, right? They don't have that. Like, maybe we missed it or something, but I never heard that we did an Alistair Lucifer shoot or anything. Like, they always do Charlie and Baggy. They did some Hell of a Boss cosplays. But no, I mean, again, disorganized. I'll explain later the other gatherings that I went to when I went to FanimeCon. But Hazbin Hotel definitely was not really the greatest gathering, but I do love the reception that FanimeCon attendees have been going through when it comes to Hazbin Hotel. Like, it's huge.
Amen.
It's very huge. All right. Although for me, because you came in on day 1, I came in on day 0. Day 0 was actually... the only thing that's actually exciting is swap meet. Because, like, you go to swap... Because, like, I'm a seller in swap meet. And I think the worst thing of it all when you went to swap meet, especially when you had to go through in day 1, is those security gates. Because you had to wait around... Yeah, you had to be, like, around the tent just to wait to get in, huh?
Yeah, so when Jess and I went to a swap meet on day 1, we pretty much went around the tent.
Yeah, see, it was very long of a line.
I was saying to Jess, like, oh God, like, you know, if this is gonna be like 2 to 3 hour wait.
Well, did I warn you? Did I warn you about that?
You did warn me about that, but thankfully, it didn't be. It actually wasn't the case. It actually turned out to be like a 45-minute wait.
Okay, thankfully they went through, but then I remember from day 0, good thing you didn't go day 0 because I think it was an hour 30 minutes that people had to wait in that line.
Yeah, no.
Like they went around the tent, like here's the tent, and then everybody just walking around. The whole line like starts from the end here.
Now see, more than an hour would have been a deal breaker for me. I would just been like, hell no, I'm going to the hotel. I'm going to the hotel instead.
So I'll just cut it short here for Swamp Meet. A lot of people came by. They looked at our stuff. I was able to actually make a good profit out of this year's Swamp Meet compared to last year's Swamp Meet. It didn't really do well last year, but this year actually wasn't that bad. I just wanted to get rid of all my stuff, and I did get some profit out of it. So
yes, and you're also sitting next to one of your customers.
Yeah, show them what you bought from my booth.
Yes. Now, while we went around the Swap Me booth, we ran into this gentleman right here.
Yeah.
And I managed to buy one of his stuff from him, and ta-da!
Yeah, there it is. So there's Chica.
It's little Chica Fujiwara. Yes.
If you haven't watched Kaguya-sama Love is War, this is a great anime, and she's my favorite character.
She's my favorite character, too, and she deserves to be here.
I wanted to pretty much give her away just because I wanted a bigger Chica. Like, I need to find a bigger Chica plushie, if anything.
Yeah, and as for me, like, I wanted anything like Chica Fujiwara related, no matter what size, so I got what I got.
Is there anything else, like, in Swamp Meet that you liked around?
Yes, as a matter of fact, now, you were not the only person whom I bought swag from, because I also bought another thing, too. I also bought this.
Oh,
One Piece Burning Blood pins.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's from Laura, huh?
Yep, that is from Laura.
So how much was it? Like $1 or something?
It was $2.
Oh, okay, not bad.
Yeah, because, one, I really like One Piece. I'm a fan of One Piece, just by the fact I'm caught up. 2, like Laura's really chill person to talk to and all that stuff. And I know that you especially are good friends with her. So I thought, I wanted to help her out. So yeah, this is why I bought this from her.
Yeah, it's absolutely awesome. One Piece pins, awesome.
Yes.
I didn't bring my swap meet stuff because I didn't know we were gonna show and tell today. But I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you remember this, but there's this one booth that was selling all K-On! Stuff. Did you ever see that in the swap meet booth, swap meet area?
Now that you mention it, I did recall seeing some K-On! Stuff here and there.
Yes.
That might have been it.
Yes. Yeah. I went to that booth both days just to grab stuff from there.
Why am I not surprised?
Come on. I missed the show. I missed the show. I grew up with that show. And you know me, I was an obsessed fan. Like I love the characters that were there, especially one character. Like
I know that one character you're talking about, Mio.
Yes, her. So when they actually were there and when they actually did sell that kind of stuff, I was like, oh crap, I want to see what you got. End up getting like a Mio T-shirt and like anything that represents Mio, and I also did get a teacup from them too. It's pretty sick. Like I actually, it's one of my favorite animes that I grew up with, and it's just awesome that they were just only selling K-On! Stuff. Like I would have been, if I had like the bougie money, I would get that wall scroll and then I'd bring it up here, put it up here, if anything. Yeah. So yeah, that was Swap Meet. Again, I made profit. People were getting a lot of good stuff from Swap Meet this year. So
yeah, man, I'm happy you made a good profit.
Yeah. So that's Swap Meet for you. Let's talk about the other cosplay gatherings that you went to. So day 2, I didn't know that Hazbin Hotel was already a big gathering when we went there on day 1, but day 2, there was a bigger gathering. That was One Piece.
Yes, and also, yeah, the One Piece gathering, it didn't surprise me one bit because One Piece is currently the big hype right now, especially with the Netflix live-action show, and especially with a new One Piece series that has been announced. Like, you're familiar with the One Piece?
Yeah, so yeah, One Piece on Netflix, yes.
Those two factors definitely helped contribute to its success.
Look, it's been a long series ever since the late 90s, 2000s. Yeah, One Piece started to get so popular back then that it's now getting its hype. It's still going on, like over 1,000 episodes long, and so many people are big fans of the show now. And my friend who was rooming with me, he said that he was going to cosplay Zoro, and he already cosplayed Zoro in ALA. I told him, like, hey, why don't I be Usopp? And he said, yeah, why don't you do it? And we actually had a full group. We had not a full group. We actually had a group of friends that cosplayed One Piece characters. So I had a friend who was cosplaying Bucky the Clown.
Yes.
I had one cosplaying Sanji. We have a friend that cosplays Sanji too.
Yes, we'll get to that later.
And then we had, what was it? I had Zoro, and then I had Usopp, and then we had other people that also were cosplay as well, but I think they kind of left at the last minute or something. But no matter what, One Piece gathering, I think it was over 100 people going to cosplay characters here and there, and I think that was a more organized one because everybody was having fun at that gathering. It was great.
Yeah, meanwhile, the cosplay gathering I went to was the Super Smash Bros. Gathering. I was, of course, Mario. And, it was definitely a well-organized cosplay gathering. I mean, I doubt it was as big as yours, but it was still pretty large in and of itself because you got many Nintendo characters, many characters from the Super Smash roster, doing many poses. It was just so much fun.
So, was there a lot of Smash players, cosplayers in that one, or?
There was a good amount of Smash cosplayers.
Give me an estimate, 25, 50?
Yeah, probably around 30 to 40.
Oh, okay, so it was not that big.
I sort of lost count. So.
No, I know that my One Piece gathering was huge. That's all I can say. And then the next gathering after that was Jujutsu Kaisen, and that was also big too. So it's like, okay, we get it. The patio.
AOTY, man, AOTY.
Yeah, anime of the for what? First and second season? Come on. I don't know. Jujutsu Kaisen is that good of an anime? And I haven't watched it. So
according to Crunchyroll, it is.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's just Crunchyroll fans just really voting the hell out of it. No, besides that, yeah, I mean, the gatherings we went to were great. I mean, day 3, did you go to a gathering on day 3 or not?
I actually didn't. I did, however, what I did in day 3 was roam around with my friend who cosplayed as Sanji.
Nice.
While I cosplayed as Monkey D. Luffy.
Well, he was also Sanji on day 2 as well. And I was like, oh, shit, I just took out my Usopp cosplay. Why didn't you tell me that you were cosplaying Sanji the whole day or something?
Yeah, he didn't tell me specifically, that he's going to cosplay, Sanji in both days. So I was willing to cosplay Luffy on Sunday anyways, but still, though, it was nice to see that, he cosplayed Sanji on both days because I was like, yes, I need my cook.
I was cosplaying Tokito Muchizo from Demon Slayer. A new character that I cosplay because you usually see me cosplaying this guy.
Yes.
But
the Miss Hashira.
Yeah, I want to cosplay somebody new because like there are other characters in Demon Slayer that makes it awesome. Like I could cosplay Tanjiro if I want to, but everybody's cosplaying Tanjiro. So that's why I want to change it up. I want to try to cosplay somebody from the Demon Slayer core, and that's why I ended up picking Muchiro because he kind of seems relatable to me too. He seems like a very calm guy, Most of the time, you just see him like being plain faced here and there.
Yeah, I see you pull off that demeanor.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to do. Like just be myself, like plain faced and stuff.
Definitely natural. You pull it off naturally, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you'll see the photos like later on in my all my socials and stuff. But yeah, Demon Slayer Gathering was actually fun. Our friend also was a part of the Demon Slayer Gathering as well, and she said she had a fun time too.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I also noticed this too. The whole crowd of Demon Slayer is kind of diminishing now. Maybe because they're into other fandoms, or maybe it was too early of a gathering. But I know it was notably less compared to last year.
I'm kind of surprised that it was smaller than I expected because Demon Slayer is still technically one of the hype anime currently. So I was expecting more.
Well, there's a new season that just came out right now, and I'm watching the hell of it, and it's actually really fun. So
exactly, like that could have at least contributed to how big of a cosplay gathering could have been.
And I know this is supposed to be the Hashira training arc, and it's supposed to be mostly on the Hashira plus the Demon Slayer crew, like Tanjiro, Zenitsu, what was it, Inosuke, and other characters.
Yeah.
Oh, Nezuko, yes, all of them too.
Don't forget Nezuko, yes.
Yeah, I keep forgetting, but if I gotta go fast, I'm gonna try to get all the names, and I really do mess up on the names, especially when there's so many characters that are gonna be in this new arc, so.
Yeah, I do, I still miss Rengoku, though. Rengoku was the best Hashira. I will find you on it.
My friend continues to cosplay Rengoku, man.
She's got good taste.
Yeah, she does. She definitely does. I do have to. Well, we'll explain more about the future of anime later, but she did tell me something about that. But yes, I think that's all the gatherings that I went through. I did cosplay all 3 days of anime. That's all I can say about the gatherings.
Yeah, same here.
How do you feel about Dealer's Hall and Artist Alley this year compared to last year?
Dealer's Hall and Artist Alley compared to last year. Dealer's Hall and Artist Alley, it's still more or less the same, except there was obviously more Has-Been Hotel to go around. So
I think Artist Alley definitely. Oh, okay. I'm disappointed actually on Artist Alley because I don't think they actually put a lot of Has-Been Hotel out.
They didn't put Artist Alley. They didn't put any like Husker Dust,
Oh, there were.
They were in Dealer's Hall.
Where in Dealer's? Oh, you're talking about that one booth, right?
Yeah, the one booth at Dealer's Hall.
So do you remember that pin that I bought that had Nifty waving all the flags?
That was where you bought it from, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
So wait. So did you literally buy like something Has-Been Hotel from Dealers?
I bought something Has-Been Hotel from Dealers. Speaking of which, would you like me to show?
Yeah. Let me see what it was. This guy is doing like a show and tell today, so let's see. Yeah, I was gonna say this is the same pin that I bought. Oh,
Husker Dust.
Husker Dust. Okay, this is actually pretty cute.
They are the Has-Been ship, the Has-Been Hotel OTP, baby. Let's go.
We don't have our cameras out for this. I'm gonna show this to the crowd.
They are losers, baby, losers.
Can they actually see?
It's a good effort, but yeah, the moment I saw this, I'm just like, I'm gonna get this. I love these two so much.
I think
the best characters, the best pairing.
Yeah, I know that there was one corner shop in Dealer's Hall that was selling Has-Been Hotel stuff, and I think that's the same booth they're talking about.
Yeah, and now with regards to Artist Alley, I was disappointed that they didn't have the Husker Dust stuff. But that doesn't mean, however, that they didn't have Angel Dust and Husk individually.
Yeah,
which is what I'm about to show you too. I'm about to show you the stickers of Angel Dust and Husk.
It's the same one. Oh, it's the same artist too. I just realized. Yeah, I remember this one. I remember passing by, but I didn't buy anything from their booth. You're a loser, baby. I know you're poison. Oh, that's something I need to discuss too. The controversy of poison.
Yeah, that is something to bring up sooner or later.
So there's your stickers, by the way. Let's check it out.
The two best characters in Has-Been Hotel right there. Let's go.
What about Hell's Greatest Dad, sir?
Hell's Greatest Dad. Lucifer is definitely top 10. Hell's Greatest Dad, top 3 or top 4 favorite songs.
God. Well, I mean, to be fair, it's actually in the same level as Poison right now. Like, apparently 70 million, like, plays at the moment on Spotify.
For good reason, because Hell's Grace Dad really is one of the best Hasbro Tell songs.
Yeah. Okay, a little side note here, but I actually like More Than Anything also. So that was freaking touching. I'm like, oh, I'm crying.
You see, More Than Anything proves that Jeremy Jordan, like his Broadway musical singing style, is a gift from God.
It's crazy how like some Broadway folks ended up being a part of this like series, and they did great and do an amazing time being voice actors and singers too. So
that with their voice acting and their Broadway musical singing combined, they managed to make one hell of a, pun intended, hell of a adult animated series.
Okay, I get it. But yeah, I think that's the only thing that I'm gonna complain about Artist Alley. I only went to Artist Alley on Sunday and Monday because Utah on Friday was way too crowded. So I didn't want to go at all because everybody's just rushing in to get stuff from the Artist Alley. Dealers Hall, I mean, Saturday I didn't go just because I had so much cosplay stuff going on. You saw me cosplay Usopp and Kenamata from Persona 3.
Yeah.
Sunday was the only day I was able to go there, and I'm surprised that there's not a lot of folks that went on Sunday. Did you actually go into Artist Alley on Sunday? Like, were you able to actually like go through the halls easily?
So what happened was that I went on both Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
And Saturday I went with my girlfriend and her best friend to
I'm just saying,
Alley. We roamed around.
Yeah.
And
no, but I'm just saying, like, did you see the crowdiness of both days? You saw the Saturday was packed, and the Sunday, do you feel it was like less packed?
Just a bit less, but on Sunday I felt that there was room to wiggle also.
That's what I was gonna say, because like I was saying, Sunday was not packed at all. I was able to actually do some shopping for like half of the Artist Alley. I was like, oh, I thought it was actually gonna be like packed with people of like trying to like not buy my stuff, but no, it was easy breezy for me to actually like pick up the stuff that I want to see. Yeah,
I remember on Sunday when Robert and I went on Dealers Hall and Artist Alley, like it was easier to like go through. Like there was still like room, thankfully. So yeah, compared to Saturday, Sunday was much less crowded, but it was still a pretty big crowd on Artist Alley, Dealers Hall, Sunday regardless. Because some people ain't done with their swag shopping.
I remember there was a couple of Amphibia and Owl House stuff that were on sale over at Artist Alley, so I'll give a shout out to those that made those prints. There's this one booth called Hero Anthem that had this like huge one piece, a huge Owl House print that I looked at. It was like amazing. Like I told him how much is that big print? He told me $45. I'm like, okay, shit, give me that. I'll buy it right now. And then she also said like there's a buy 2 get 1 free thing. So I bought 3 prints. 2 of them were actually paid, 1 was free. So I bought a Lucifer print that was also made by that same creator, and then they also gave me one for free, and I also bought one of their old ones, the Gravity Falls one. So one of these prints are going to be over here in my background, by the way, so just wait until the next week, by the way.
Yeah, when I went to Artist Alley, I was actually surprised to find at least one Amphibia poster there.
I even told you, like, dude, I know that person. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, because last year when I went, I didn't see any Amphibia last year.
Really? That artist was actually, I don't think that was there last year, but there was an artist that actually was there the same year from last year. Actually, she was here this year also, and then last year too. And they actually did sell some Amphibia and Owl House stuff too. So, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
So, if anything, like some of the Artist Alley Dealers Hall stuff is still cool. I don't think they get caught up to the fandom just yet. So, again, no Has-Been Hotel stuff here and there. But there are a bunch of like other prints that I thought were pretty neat. I mean, there was one Artist Alley booth that were actually going back to like old cartoons, which is pretty sick. And they have their own like designs too. Like I remember there's like a frog booth, which I thought was pretty cool. So I even told them like, did you watch Amphibia? Like they want to watch it, but I don't know if they actually did watch it. But yeah. And speaking of Dealers Hall, it felt the same way. It's just the same people that are in the same. They're not in the same booths, but they kind of moved the booths here and there. But everything felt the same. Like you have the Bart booth. You have Central Computers that's there. You have Sanshi that's there. Kinfold's there. Sac Anime's there. ALA is there. Nothing extravagant. It's the same thing that I saw from last year.
Yeah, it's the same old, same old. But I gotta say, the Bart booth was really sick.
No, because they did it last year too.
They did last year too, and that's what I mean. It still continues to be one of the best booths.
Yeah, and they also were selling merch, so I did end up buying something from them just because I support our public transportation system here.
Yeah.
So
I do take part, often. So you know what? I definitely wanted to check out the booth and support part booth. So.
The things that I bought, I'll wear something next week that I bought from Dealers Hall. You're probably gonna be laughing at what I'm gonna wear. So.
Oh man, I can't wait to get a good laugh.
Yeah. There's that.
My eyes are ready for this.
Yeah.
So.
So there's that. I did buy some stuff from Kinfold. I didn't bring my Wild Bills cup, so I can't get free drinks and stuff there. Did you bring your Wild Bills cup?
I actually didn't either.
You didn't. You bought a new cup. You bought a new cup, and you didn't bring it. You were gonna gotten like some cheap drinks from the con.
The last time I bought a cup was like about a few years ago.
Okay, but still, that cup would still giving you like free drinks and stuff.
I know, it's just something that kind of slipped my mind.
I know, me too. No, me too. Because even though I had like my cup at my house, I totally forgot about it. That I should have actually, Nobody reminded us about the Wild Bills, and that was again free soda.
Yeah.
You would have gotten that. It would have been refreshing to have while you're at the con.
Yeah, to us, like we treat it like kind of a distant memory or something like that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all I can say about Deals Hall and Artist Alley for FanimeCon. The one thing that I really, really am angry about is gaming.
Yeah, the gaming hall
is so disappointing this year.
Gaming hall, like when I first entered gaming hall, it looked to be a graveyard. It looked kind of dead.
It is dead. Like there's no stage. The only thing that's replacing the stage were tables, so that people can play their games if they want to. The board games were still there. The console games were still there. The arcade was the only thing that was like lively in the gaming hall. And then the PC games, there's like not much PC games there either. So it felt really drab. It wasn't the same as last year, where there was the stage and everybody got so excited about the tournaments that were happening in the gaming hall. This year, it definitely felt so disappointing that I didn't even visit it. Like I only visited there for day one, and then after that, went to day 4 and just looked at it again. So I didn't even go at all after day one.
All gaming hall had were arcades, console gaming, and just a few tabletop games here and there, but not really nearly as much as the previous years, unfortunately. Yeah. Like half of gaming hall was nothing.
Yeah.
Like half of the entire gaming hall room of itself was like nothing.
Exactly. So that's what makes it, so again, very disappointing. Yeah. So I didn't even touch gaming hall after day one. I was like, okay, cool. The arcade games, they have are the same ones. Initial D, Pump It Up, DDR, Japanese games, Crazy Taxi. Yeah, those kind of things. So I'm like, okay, I can also play those in another Game Saru event, maybe Anime Impulse. But no, I mean, yeah, that was, again, disappointing. It's the only thing that I have to really complain about. It's absolutely disappointing to talk about Gaming Hall for Fanime. But that pretty much is Fanime. Anything else you want to bring up about the convention?
Yes, I do have to say that, I'm impressed that Fanime did manage to still, do, moderately well, despite the fact that they're much less staffed than they were the previous years for obvious reasons. Like they still managed to make the con pretty fun in of itself with some flaws here and there, some major flaws even. But even so, though, Fanime did still manage to, hold up. You know
what convention is actually better this weekend?
Oh, yeah.
ParkCon.
We're going to talk about... Yes, I knew you were going to say that, man. Yes. Make way for FanimeCon. Memorial Weekend isn't Fanime anymore. It's ParkCon, baby.
Wow. You're putting it right there. So you care more about ParkCon than Fanime.
Who doesn't nowadays? ParkCon really was the chill vibe.
Yeah. The only thing I will bring up when it comes to ParkCon is there's a lot of DJs there. Everyone's partying. Everyone's drunk. Everyone's having a fun time. I think the best part about the whole ParkCon, which is at night after Fanime, is the fact that I met up with everybody again. It's a big reunion. I haven't seen them in so long. I met up with all my friends again. We're all chilling. We're all drinking. We're all just having a great time. By the way, we have a video coming out for that real soon. So you'll see the experience of what happened at ParkCon.
Yeah, later. So, keep your eyes peeled for that.
But I wouldn't say, would it really replace Fanime?
I would definitely say that it kind of depends on how Fanime will do next year.
So you would come down to the town where Fanime is, but you're not going to Fanime. You're going to ParkCon, which is at night.
The one thing to know about the future is that the future is unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen in terms of how Fanime is going to do next year.
So
So
yeah, so the way I'm
it's
noticing
50-50.
Yeah, so the way I'm noticing it too is the fact that like nobody goes to Fanime at night anymore. They either go to the Oasis, which you went to as well, which is like in a different area of the town, and I'm like, why that far away? Can you just make it closer to freaking downtown?
Well, I mean, there's a reason why Oasis was far away.
Well, you could have at least done it to the hotel room somewhere else. You know, there's a lot of hotel space in the Signia that was like really close by. They could at least put it there. I'm just saying it out there right now. Like, why would I want to take a shuttle all the way to the other side of town for me to actually check out a FanimeCon event over there?
Well, I mean,
there's no point in me actually going there.
Well, I mean, I know why, given my experience there, and I'll just leave it at that.
No, I'm just saying though, like, ParkCon definitely has ruled over Fanime because everybody was having a fun time more over there compared to FanimeCon. Over there, FanimeCon as it is in the daytime. Like, people over there just to hang out, being cosplay, take photo shoots, and, you know, shop at Dealers Hall and Arts Alley. But then at night, that's when everybody starts to come out, party it up, have fun, meet up with a lot of people, even eat those like street dogs that they have out there.
Oh yeah,
and it was definitely a much funner time going to ParkCon than FanimeCon. The one thing I will complain about when it comes to ParkCon, please regulate ParkCon. You are one death away from actually canceling everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this right now. Yeah, ParkCon needs to be a tradition in itself.
No, I'm just saying, like, they need to have police officers to at least watch people from being stupid crazy.
Yeah, that is true because, yeah, even though ParkCon is a party sort of vibe, there are times where people can take the party vibe thing a little too far.
Yes, I see people climbing up the trees that they can fall off and they can break their necks.
Yeah.
I've seen people have sex in the grass. There was literally somebody having sex in the grass.
Well, I mean, you know, when people have a little too much,
yeah, I know, and they
do tend to do crazy things.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it has to be regulated because there are a lot of people that might be taking a lot of the drugs and a lot of the drinks and stuff like that. That's not actually what I want to see from this ParkCon. Like, regulate the hell out of it because I don't want that kind of stuff happening around the park.
Make it more safer.
Right. Make it a little bit more safer because, yeah, the way that ParkCon was, it's just weird seeing those kind of things pop up here and there.
Yeah.
All right, but besides that, that's all we can say about Fanime. Let's actually just review what Fanime was in 2024. I mean, I want to start off with you. Was it better than last year, and are you expecting to go back next year?
I would say that it was more or less better than last year. I do say more or less because it was about more or less the same. Like Saturday was definitely one of the best days of Fanime for me for personal reasons. But in terms of Fanime, how it was organized, how it was structured, I would definitely say that it was more or less the same, despite, you know, a huge change in staffing. The huge staffing situation.
Look, I'm a person that has done a lot of conventions. Again, go to CaliCon blog. I'm a part of that podcast as well. I've already FYI, I already put an episode out discussing FanimeCon. Please watch it up. So please check the channel out. Sorry, do some little self promotion here while I'm at it. But yes, I would have to say FanimeCon definitely was absolutely lackluster. Gaming Hall definitely felt lackluster to me. It's disappointing. I would say very disappointing to see that the Gaming Hall, after what has been going on that we discussed about in the last episode about the fail by Fanime thing, for example. Yeah, it's again disappointing. So there's that. Let me just put this up here. This just came out of nowhere.
It is disappointing, but at the same time, it is kind of to be expected given the whole fail by Fanime thing that's been going on.
Right.
So.
No, but I'm just saying, like, it is a below average convention. I could solely see the cracks that is popping up here and there. There's just it's just weird because like it just felt like last year, but it felt more disappointing. Like, can you make the convention more fun? Can you make me go to these events that you want me to go to? Like, attend a guest panel, attend stage 0, like attend a panel that's like close by Fanimania also, which you went to, by the way.
Yeah, we went to C.F and it was still as hype as ever.
Okay, but that's like the only good panel that you went to.
it's like definitely one of the few like good things about Fanime itself.
Yeah.
Like I will say, like, it is disappointing for me to say this, that Fanime is lacking, because I want Fanime to succeed. I want Fanime to improve because it is our go-to local anime convention. We've been going there for over a decade.
Yeah, it has been our convention that we love to go through, and it's just that it's been over 10 years that we've attended Fanime, and again, it's been slipping. Like it's been not like what I expected, and I say this as right now, it is a below average convention that I attended over at Fanime, and I still want to support it as much as I can. I don't want to be a staffer if you got to give me all those perks and make me like those perks are bad, by the way, for Fanime staff. But I want them to improve. I want them to, show the crack, like fix the cracks that is going on at the convention, make things a whole lot better. Maybe do not move us all the way to the DoubleTree to go to panels, to go through all these events, and actually put it at the convention center so we can all enjoy it all together. So yeah, I mean, that's all I can say. It's just really sucks this year. Next year, we don't know how it'll go, but I'm not really going to buy a ticket yet.
Yeah, like, this is the first time for me. Like, this is the first time in which I'm not willing to buy a ticket just yet. Like, usually, like, after Fanime, I'm just like, okay, like, hype for next year, Fanime, let's go. This year around, not so much.
Yeah.
Like, not just for the reasons you brought up, but also because of, well, the failed by Fanime stuff that's been going on that's really tempering my mood for it. So yeah.
Yeah. It just felt boring. Like I spent more time at ParkCon compared to FanimeCon, and even in FanimeCon, I was just more with the cosplay stuff. So like I was with my P3 group most of the time. I was in the gatherings most of the time. So that was what made it popular. Was what makes it fun for Fanime. But the issue is I'm not at the convention center. I'm literally outside the convention center, not inside. Only thing that I'm doing inside is Dealers Hall and Artist Alley. That's it.
Yeah, honestly, one of the few things that, that I got going for me, like Fanime wise, now of course, the company was much better than the convention itself. But I'm talking about the convention itself. The convention itself, all you got is Dealers Hall, Artist Alley, and CWF. That's it.
Mm-hmm. So again, only thing I can say for Fanime is like obviously improve your staff, make them feel better over at working at a convention like that, and at the same time, fix the cracks that you have at the convention. Make sure that all the stuff are back at the convention grounds in order for me to actually enjoy the convention even more. And again, do better. That's all I can say. Do better.
Yeah, I really hope they do better. If not, then honestly, it might be the end of Fanime for me.
I'm not going to MomoCon. For all those who went to MomoCon, I hate you all. I love the photos that you guys have done.
MomoCon 2025 instead. We go to MomoCon instead. We
don't know if Matt Brawley's going to be there or Dana Terrace is going to be there.
You never know.
But I know where Matt Brawley's going to go to. Anime Expo.
If you're going to AX, please go to D23 Expo as well. Okay?
He's going to Anime Expo, and I'm really tempted on going now.
I'm just like... No, I'm saving up for other conventions, but yeah, AX is pretty tempting by that. Yeah.
I know. But then also there's that Dodger game that was that had the HoloLive thing. So there's a Holo Dodger game that's happening on a Friday of AX, and I'm also tempted of going to that as well. I'm like,
I mean, I don't like the Dodgers, so
I know you don't. You're a Giants fan,
so I could care less about the Dodgers.
No. So I'll just wear my Gura outfit because Gura was gonna be in the HoloLive Dodgers game. So I'm like. Hey, forget the Dodgers. Who's Dodgers? I'll be Gura.
No. Anything Dodgers related is like bleh.
I know. Okay, so you'll never ever touch Dodger Stadium.
Oh, not with a 10-foot pole. Unless somehow the Giants are a visiting team and they play at the Dodger Stadium. Luckily, I'm just like, okay, I might do it.
Luckily, they're not the visiting team. Thankfully, it's the Brewers. So, and by the way, that's a good game. Apparently, the Brewers are good. So I don't know. I'm tempted. I'm tempted to go to AX, not AX. Dodger Stadium. There you go. That's all I could say. Okay. Dodger Stadium.
Yet another instance in which you're hyped for stuff like around AX and outside of AX, but not.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to reach AX because it's got too crowded. That's one thing.
No, I was about to say this is another instance in which you're more hyped for the stuff that's going on around and outside the convention rather than the convention itself.
Yeah, exactly. So there's that.
I know it's a trend here.
Wait, what?
I know it's a trend here. Like, you're more hyped for stuff outside and around the convention rather than the convention itself.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I went to AX last year. I can tell that story later, but yes, I don't want to go to AX after what happened last year. It was not worth it, to be fair. Let's continue on here, though. All right, but yes, FanimeCon, that was pretty much our experience. Please do better, Fanime, and hopefully we'll come back next year in 2025.
I do pray you do better.
All right, Now, the moment you all been waiting for, we're going to give some quick news of what's going to be happening this June in the world of animation. So let's get things started with the first news to come up. Oh, where's my mouse? with the first news that came up, let's actually talk about the Fairly OddParents. So the Fairly OddParents: A New Wish came out in May. Obviously, we were off the air when it came out. And the reactions for this brand new cartoon has actually been positive. And I remember when we did an episode about the Fairly OddParents that I said this is going to be like, why are we making another one? And I kind of want to apologize to those folks that actually were Fairly OddParents fans.
Excuse me. I'd like to deliver 4 words for you, man. I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. I said this was going to be decent. I said that this has potential to be good, and goddamn, it feels good to be right. Yes, yes.
Okay, so I only watched one episode of the new Fairly OddParents show, A New Wish, and I gotta say, Hazel is a better character than Timmy Turner.
Yes. Hazel is Precious Bean. I stand her like she is Precious' daughter. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I actually do like Hazel, and I do love how Hazel got introduced to the Fairly OddParents because the way that the Fairly OddParents got introduced when Timmy was the Fairly God kid was that they just popped out of nowhere out of a 9-ball.
Yeah. Whereas here, the appearance of Cosmo Wanda is more, it's more, how do I put it? It's more
human.
It's more meshed well. The way that Cosmo Wanda enter Hazel's life is better paced, better.
Yeah,
integrated.
I would say like Hazel felt like a better character because the thing is that she looks like a precious child, and it kind of feels bad because like from the way I see the first episode, she misses her brother. She's talking to rocks. She's like, you know, a lonely kid, and it made sense why she needed fairy godparents.
Yeah, and as someone whose brother moved to a college, like back when I was a teenager as well, I definitely felt what Hazel felt. Like she was so relatable here.
Yeah, I remember like the part where they actually where Cosmo Wanda introduced Hazel to be the fairy godparents, and then she got freaked out about it.
Yeah,
I remember she was a fly, and then she like saw French fries, and then she started like grubbing on those things before she got like swatted or something.
I remember that. Yeah, and this is a good thing too, is that it shows that Cosmo Wanda, like since they've been retired for years, it does show how their long retirement has made their their wish making skills rusty.
By years, you mean like thousands of years? I don't know. It's weird because it's like this is supposed to be in Philadelphia, and remember they still had Timmy Turner as their fairy god kid before. But what happened? Like Timmy Turner never got referenced at all in the show.
Yeah, and even at that, we did see clips of what looked to be the adult Timmy Turner from that episode.
From the first episode.
But then actually turns out that wasn't Timmy Turner at all.
They even said that it wasn't Timmy Turner. Like even the creators said it wasn't Timmy Turner. It's just supposed to be a reference.
I'm kind of surprised by that, yet at the same time, it's actually a blessing in disguise because we wanted the adult Timmy Turner from the end of Channel Chasers.
Yes.
Rather than that loser.
So we never saw Timmy yet. Do you think there's going to be a Timmy Turner appearance at all in the show?
You know, I'm going to say this right now. I really do hope that we get a Timmy Turner Easter egg or cameo of some sorts. But I will definitely say this, though. One thing I admire about this show is that this show is proof that you don't need Timmy Turner all the time. Sometimes you just got to mix it up with an entirely different god kid, not related to Timmy Turner by any way, shape, or form, because it's called The Fairly OddParents. It's not called Fairly OddParents and Timmy Turner's show. It's called The Fairly OddParents.
Yes, and this is why it's all about Cosmo and Wanda, yes. But again, Hazel is also a main character in the show as well. She's doing wishes here and there, and I kind of like her character a whole lot more compared to Timmy Turner.
What I admire about Hazel is not just her personality. It's not just the fact that she's got this free-spirited spunk in her. It's not just her struggles. It's just the fact of how it's a way that the show succeeded in making a entirely brand new character other than Timmy Turner. Like because Hazel goes through her own different struggles. She's her own character. Whereas Timmy Turner went through external struggles, Hazel went through internal struggles. So it shows how misery comes in different shapes and forms.
So I kind of do like the approach that they're doing with the Fairly OddParents this time. Remember, they are, quote, retired when we first saw them. So that's why they were humans when we first saw them. And they were doing like magic here and there, but then Hazel kind of like saw them do magic, and it's like, oh wow, Fairly OddParents.
Yeah, you could tell she was pretty sus of them when they first moved
I saw that clip, and I was like, okay, Kazuo and Wanda, I know you're trying to like hide the fact that you had magic, but you're not doing it well when you have when you have a kid literally like looking at you all the time.
Hazel will be like, you kind of sus.
So yeah, I mean, I'm impressed. I'm sorry again to all the Fairly OddParents fans that I kind of ridiculed in that
You
one
owe him
video.
all apology, bro. Eat those words for steak.
I'm telling you, no, I told you, like it was really on a decline. What the hell? What we were watching. Watching those live action shows, watching those live action movies, and how the decline of the Fairly OddParents was. And I'm like, do I really think this is going to be good? And apparently it is good.
You hear that, guys? It's Nate munching his dinner because he's He's eating his words for dinner. He's eating his words for dinner.
Sure, let's just say that. We are going to do a first impressions episode coming up to actually discuss more about the Fairly OddParents New Wish show. But we'll do that in a future episode of the Anination podcast.
Oh, yeah, because believe me when I say I can't wait to sing more of my praises to the show.
Yeah. Right, so let's skip on ahead to what also happened last month. The Garfield movie actually came out last month. Both me and Omid watched it. Was it up to your expectation for the movie?
Yeah, now it's time that we go from its ups to its downs. And let me just say that Garfield movie, like, I'm a Garfield fan myself. I've been a fan of the large cat ever since I was a kid, and I got to say the Garfield movie for me was a disappointment.
It does. Okay, so this is weird when I was watching the movie because like it's me, and my friend Jess. Both of us were watching the movie literally like a couple days ago. I almost fell asleep on like one of the scenes.
Oh god.
Yeah, tells you how bad it was.
Yeah, me and my friend Greg also watched this movie on a Sunday, the day before you two saw it, and yeah, like for the first half we were thinking that this was a watchable, harmless flick, but then in terms of the second half, when the second half came, yeah, we could see why it had a wrong rating.
Why I hated the movie is the fact that these new characters that popped up for Garfield didn't really do much when it comes to the impact of the story. Oh, Garfield has a dad. Cool. Oh, there's a brand new cat villain. I don't like her. I don't like her, to be fair.
Honestly, the only new character that I liked was Otto. Like Otto, the bull. Otto the bull had such a sad, tragic backstory, and also he got some really funny lines.
You know, trying to also like the references that also got popped up. Apparently, you hated a Tom Cruise reference that popped up in the movie.
The moment he mentioned Tom Cruise, I was thinking to myself, "Wow, you really had to mention this out loud? Are you kidding me? So cringe, so cringe."
Also, Snoop Dogg was in the movie too.
What was that all about? Why you bring Snoop Dogg and are you?
No, it was so weird because like when you saw that one scene where Garfield and Odie were like in some spot, and then out of nowhere I hear a dog come up, and it's like, what the hell, does that voice sound familiar? And apparently it was Snoop Dogg. I'm like, what?
Oh, get it, Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, get it?
Oh, just God, so stupid.
Oh my gosh, no. And I also do feel bad for John because we don't even have much for John. All he did was just take care of Odie and Garfield.
Oh dear God, yeah. Let me tell you, the movie did John Arbuckle serious injustice. Seriously.
Because the only thing that he did was raise Garfield, and then Garfield pretty much like used him as a slave, and I was like, oh my God.
Like at least the live action Garfield, they gave John more to do.
Right. And I was kind of thinking, like, maybe John can have, like, a side story here and there, but he was just more worried about his pets. I'm like, what? No, it's not John. John can do other things. Maybe, like, I don't think you really care about Garfield, don't you? I thought, but he cares for Garfield a whole lot in this movie.
Yeah, I wanted to see the back and forth banter between John and Garfield because those are always fun to read and always fun to watch. Just the back and forth between Garfield and John.
And remember that these were all in the comics, too. Like, you get to see John get angry at Garfield get angry too. And I mean, like, there's the references on Garfield as well, like the Mondays, the lasagna, and all that jazz. But no, I mean, the movie definitely felt disappointing, below average in my case. If you're planning to watch the movie, please watch it when it comes on streaming. Do not waste money buying a ticket to watch this movie.
Yeah, seriously. Like, honestly, at best, you could just watch it like on streaming, but like I said, only on best.
Yeah. All right, so but let's continue on with the movie trend here. We have a brand new movie coming out in June. We have a brand new movie coming out in June when it comes to relation to animation. Let's talk about Inside Out 2. That is also coming out in June, in 2 weeks from now, actually. Actually, no,
yes.
next week, actually.
Next week.
Yeah, next week, Inside Out 2 does come out. We have seen trailers here and there about what will happen with Riley's brand new emotions. your final thoughts on how this movie is gonna go.
Yeah, the more and more I'm seeing about this movie, the more and more hyped I get. Like not only are we seeing more of Riley's story when she's a teenager, like she's grown from a kid to a teenager, but also we get to see more new emotions, and we've even seen some brand new ones like nostalgia, for example.
Dude, the nostalgia one is like absolutely relatable, and the fact that like she's an old woman.
Yeah, the moment I saw her, I thought to myself, wow. And I thought anxiety would be the most relatable emotion. Turns out I was wrong.
So out of the 5 emotions that are coming up, anxiety, envy, ennui, embarrassment, and nostalgia, which ones are you which ones are you interested more into focusing on?
You know, it's sort of a 3-way tie between anxiety because she's...
Well, I mean, to be fair, anxiety is a very hyper kind of person, just like happy.
Anxiety is the most relatable.
Oh, sorry, just like joy. I'm sorry, not happy.
Anxiety is the most relatable of the new emojis. Envy is a precious being.
Okay, so envy is supposed to be jealous, right?
Yeah.
So I don't get why she's a precious child. Something tells me that she has an evil side.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that Envy wasn't this green monster. Like when you look at the character design of Envy, you never would have guessed she was Envy.
Exactly, I would say she was just a precious child. Anui makes so much sense. The fact that she's just on her phone, like during the trailers and stuff. I wonder what big important she's gonna do for Riley.
And also nostalgia. Need I say more? Like, you know, nostalgia is relatable.
The way that nostalgia came in was just in like one of the back rooms that's in Riley's mind. And she just talks about like, oh, the good old days and all that. I'm like, oh, god damn it.
Oh yeah, I got me some good old days too. Trust
like,
me.
I get it. Like everything right now in media is all about nostalgia, so it makes sense why there's a nostalgia factor in your mind now.
Oh yeah.
And embarrassment is, as you could expect, embarrassment. Like she's sweat. It's kind of like relatable to anxiety too. To be fair, like she's sweaty, she's like embarrassed and all this stuff here and there. So there's that.
Yeah, but I think that the movie is going to show the difference between anxiety and embarrassment. They do have similar traits, but they do have some different traits as well.
How do you feel about the story about Riley this time around?
What I feel about the story about Riley is that I feel like the more and more we see this, the more and more we think that this is going to be a promising sequel.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Like, you're 16, you're like in your teenage years. Your teenage years do get very,
awkward,
you get emotional. You get zits. You get like so up and down, like moody and stuff. So it's a pretty crazy challenge that they're going to go through. Because like, I also saw this as well. Apparently, like, anxiety does also come around the other parents as well. So, like, you'll have anxiety, you'll have ennui, you'll have embarrassment also in those minds, too. So, the five emotions that came up in Inside Out was just one thing. But then there are emotions that are also everywhere, too, that are just going to introduce to everybody. So, which is true. Like, everybody has these kind of emotions.
Oh, yeah. Like, there have been times where I felt anxious or times I felt embarrassed. There have been times where I felt jealous as hell. So, yeah.
So, the jealousy... There's no jealousy one. Or envy would be the jealous one, right?
Envy would be the jealous one.
Yeah. I'm kind of wondering if this envy precious child thing is going to have an evil side. Just watch. I have a feeling it's going to happen. And I know, like, from the way the trailer is going to go, they're trying to pretty much change Riley.
Yeah. What I like about this is that this is a different kind of Riley. It's not going to be the same story about a girl trying to adjust to a brand new land, but then running away. No, this is her. She's already adjusted to SF. She's already used to SF, but it's more like, she has new struggles. She has new situations she has to deal with.
I mean, the one thing that kind of struck me out is the fact that Riley didn't pack, and then she's like, "I'm the worst." Those kind of emotions, and it's true. Like, some teenage girls get through that. So
the most hilarious part was right after when the angry mom was like, "Well, that's gonna be another preview for the next 10 years." I'm just like, that made me.
You know what though? I mean, I can't wait to see what funny things they're gonna put up for this movie. I mean, obviously it will hit up to a point that we're going to be feeling emotional for this movie. Emotions, get it, puns.
Oh, because we felt a whole lot in the first movie.
The first movie definitely was great.
The first movie got heavy, and I trust that this movie's gonna carry that same emotional weight that it did in the first movie.
I think it's gonna be great. So I really am feeling positive of how Inside Out 2 is gonna be. It's coming out in June 15th, literally next week as we're recording. So, yeah, check it out. I can't wait for it. I really have to figure out how me and Jess are gonna watch it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Inside Out 2 coming out next week. Put it on your calendar, everybody. All right. let's go out of the movie Let's go out of the movies and let's actually talk about television, as there's a lot of big things happening in the animation world when it comes to TV shows. Let's actually start off with a TV show that actually started just last week. Total Drama Island. Wait, why is it not working? Come on, you. Oh my god.
TV work with us?
Yeah, TV's not working with us. There we go. Total Drama Island is back, everybody.
Total Drama Island is back with new campers.
Yes. So the only big similarity when it comes to the original Total Drama Island is the fact that Chris and Chef are back. But there are brand new characters that are in this Total Drama cast. Obviously, I have to say this, haven't seen the first episode, so I don't even know who was in the Total Drama Island. And I have not seen it when it aired in Canada, because I don't want to get myself spoiled, because I actually do want to focus on this new Total Drama Island. It's been a while, because there's no Gwen, there's no Courtney, there's no Heather, or any of the other folks that we loved back in Total Drama Island. These are brand new people, and we have to pick a favorite eventually in one of them.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to adjust to the new cast because, like, the old cast has a special place in my heart. Well, most of them anyway.
Come on, you're a Gwen fan, dude. You could say.
Gwen is the highest top, man. It's just like, I want a Gwen cameo in this seven.
I don't think there are actually going to be any cameos. These are absolutely brand new characters. I don't expect, like, a Duncan or Beth or Heather or Owen to come in just to pop out of nowhere.
Yeah, so much like the Fairly Odd Parents show, like this show is going to have, brand new characters with the exception of the two obvious main ones.
Yes. And the thing is, like, there are only, 14, 15 characters in this one. It's not the same 22 that we saw in the regular Total Drama Island.
It's about it's about more or less the same as Pakatu Island. Pakatu Island had the same amount.
Yeah. But this time around, like I said, they're brand new characters. And I want to... Are you invested in actually watching the show?
Well, while I'm in no rush to see it, I might give it a shot, but I'm expecting it to be sort of like, not really on par with the original, but more like subpar to the original. Yeah,
I mean, it will be kind of subpar because we do miss our favorite Total Drama Island characters from the original series, but I still want to see, like, the excitement that'll happen. I believe they're still having the Screaming Gophers and Killer Bass again. Those teams that we grew up in Total Drama Island. I mean, eventually, after watching a couple episodes, we'll get to see who we like from the show, and we're going to be rooting for them like we've done for every, like, season of Total Drama.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Bro, you already know who I rooted for every season. I don't know who you rooted for every season.
I changed my root. I changed who I rooted for because, like, remember last year I rooted for first season I rooted for Courtney. She got eliminated. I rooted for, I don't even remember who I rooted for last year. I think it was Courtney again for second season.
Oh God.
And then third season I wanted Noah, and then he got eliminated. So.
Okay, at least you changed your character somewhat. Mine stayed the same.
Okay, whatever. No matter what. I mean, again, we have to watch it for ourselves. We're also going to do a first impressions episode about Total Drama Island coming up real soon. That'll be in a future episode of the Anination podcast. So once we get into that, we'll watch a few episodes. We'll put our first impressions up, and we'll let you know if you should be able to see this show.
And also, we'll put up, like, who we want to win.
Yes.
And
yes, we have to do that too.
And y'all may agree with me, y'all may agree with him, y'all may disagree with both of us, who knows?
Yeah. All right. Let's actually move over to another thing that is coming out this June. Well, not really a TV show, but a brand new network. MeTV Toons. Oh my gosh. I hate when it zooms out. MeTV Toons. Yes. So this brand new network from Warner Brothers is actually going to be coming out at the end of June. And by the way, look at how many amazing classic characters that you grew up with, by the way.
Yes.
Like the Looney Tunes, Scooby-Doo, what was it? Top Cat, Atomic Ant, Flintstones, Jetsons, all of the Hanna-Barbera classics.
The 60s, 70s, and 80s cartoons right there.
Okay, so let's actually look back at, like, all the cartoons that we watched before. I mean, haven't you been able to watch, like, cartoons like Flintstones, Jetsons, Smurfs?
I've been able to watch cartoons like Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry.
Okay, everyone knows about Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry. Thankfully, they're still over at Boomerang, but...
I've watched some Flintstones here and there.
Yeah, but, like, recently Boomerang doesn't actually show those kind of cartoons anymore. They only show, like, Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, Scooby-Doo here and there. But this time around, we're actually having a network where it's just all classic cartoons. I mean, Rocky and Bullwinkle was actually featured in their advertisement. They have Top Cat. They have, what was it?
Josie and the Pussycats.
Josie and the Pussycats, yes. They also have Wacky Races. I mean, dude, these are cartoons that I grew up with when I was like, when I was born, when I was like 5, 6 years old.
I've watched some Wacky Races.
No, I think it's a successful network. I think this is going to be a successful network. What are your thoughts on the network actually just showing all your classic cartoons?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a good way for us to, get into like the nostalgia mode. And it's really nice to have this because it helps us go all the way back to like way before the 90s, way before the 80s. Like this is old stuff.
Yeah, I think the latest cartoon they actually brought up was Baby Looney Tunes, but that was like 2003.
We don't talk about that.
Oh, you don't like that?
I wasn't a fan of Baby Looney Tunes. To be honest.
Either way, they have Looney Tunes, so just keep it at that.
They have the Looney Tunes I love right here. They have Pink Looney Tunes.
Yeah, there's Snugglepuss. There's even Huckleberry Hound. Hey, just if anything, you already saw the poster. You saw like all of your amazing cartoon characters that you love that are all in here. So, if anything, it just gets you back to the nostalgia of MeTV Toons. It kind of reminds me of the nostalgia that we just talked about in Inside Out too.
Yeah, like the nostalgia emotion right here is taking over.
So yeah, MeTV Toons is a brand new network that is be coming out in all providers. We do want to let you guys know that there is a brand new schedule. They actually did release the schedule of what the weeks are going to be looking like. So let's show that to you right now. They have Bugs Bunny, Underdog, Inspector Gadget. You have Animat. You have Popeye. You have Woody Woodpecker, Tom and Jerry, the Jets. Like I already said this before, Jetsons, Flintstones, Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Popeye.
Yeah.
Popeye the Sailor Man.
And even the Saturdays and Sundays. Check this out. They have the real Ghostbusters, Wacky Races, Johnny Quest. Johnny Quest, that's a hit, by the way.
Wacky Races, let's go.
Yeah, they have I don't know what the Cartoon All Stars is. Betty Boop. Gotta bring out the classic black and white Betty Boop. Yeah, gotta bring out the classic Betty Boop there. I gotta say, like, they are doing some amazing stuff when it comes to bringing out like every adult who love cartoons to go into this network and actually watch what they loved when they were kids.
Yeah, it definitely is. Because we're in an age where like nostalgia is like being heavily used nowadays, whether it be bringing back old shows, whether it be remaking old games, whether it be re-releasing old movies to theaters. Yeah, nostalgia is sort of like being capitalized right now.
Indeed. Which shows would you be looking forward to when you're checking out MeTV Toons?
Oh, Looney Tunes, definitely.
Look, I grew up with Looney Tunes. I remember watching it every day whenever it's on Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. So
Looney Tunes number 1, Tom and Jerry number 2, Scooby-Doo number 3.
Okay. I actually would say Flintstones and Jetsons. I grew up watching those. Maybe some Yogi Bear. I love Yogi Bear. I have to figure out what the hell was Johnny Quest, because like I remember not watching Johnny Quest, but I remember it was a big hit for every like adult that was out there watching it.
Yeah, I haven't seen Johnny Quest either. So
what other like cartoons do you want them to put up next? Like maybe Captain Planet. Let's see, get some good ones. What'd be fun if they actually bring up old Pokemon.
It kind of would be. You might be.
Although the Pokemon company would probably hate us for putting that. Remember, Warner Brothers is the one that's releasing this, so they gotta have a contract with Pokemon on that one.
I mean, I want to say Batman the Animated Series, but that's a '90s thing.
Well, they could. It's a good one.
Like, hopefully they will.
Yeah, I mean, this is just currently the classics. I mean, if anything, it would make us... I mean, I'm really interested in what this network is going to provide. I really want to see this succeed. And I'm hoping that those who are watching our podcast right now can check out MeTV Toons as it comes out at the end of June.
Yeah, so definitely check out MeTV Toons because there are some classic cartoon characters that you'll be dying to see once again.
Yeah, and also comment down below your favorite cartoons that you love back in the 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s, if you're an adult like us. All right. Let's actually go into the bigger news that's happening over in June. Let's actually talk about this particular movie, the Big City Greens movie, Spacecation, which is coming out as we're recording tomorrow.
By the way, he was not kidding when we said bigger news because we're talking about Big City Greens.
Yeah, so let's actually talk about Big City Greens, the movie Spacecation. All the commercials have finally come out. All the trailers have finally come out, and we finally found a story that is we found a bit of what the story is going to be about for Big City Greens. How excited are you for this movie now that you finally saw what everything is going to be about?
like the more I see this, the more hyped I am. I'm thinking to myself, bingo, bango.
Mm-hmm. I like the shirt you're wearing, by the way.
Yes, I am representing Big City Greens because you're talking about Big City Greens. So yes, I am very hyped for this. I am very hyped that this Greens family are going to outer space. I'm very happy that there is actually stakes going on. Like the asteroid's about to hit Big City. I'm very hyped for just like everything that's going to capture the spirit of the show. I'm just very hyped overall.
So the thing is that the whole story is about them having a vacation, and you get to see like the sort of conflict between Cricket and Bill, you know, dad and son having some sort of conflict there. I kind of want to see how that will be about, because who brought them into space? I feel like Gwendolyn Zapp again is the one who's going to be doing all of this here and there. I do want to know what the hell these space rangers are, because they just popped out of nowhere in outer space. Where did they come from? Like, were they on a mission and then they just like fairly lost communication that the Greens need to come up to help them out?
You know, that's the beauty of the Space Rangers, is that these characters could go any direction. Either they were hired by Gwendolyn Zapp in some sort of mission, but then the Space Rangers turned out that they were just pawns in Gwendolyn Zapp's evil plan. Or they've come to stop Gwendolyn Zapp and her evil plans themselves. And
I don't think they are.
Stop the asteroids.
I don't think they are, because I remember like Gwendolyn Zapp said like, "Oh, your family's fine," and I'm assuming that Gwendolyn Zapp was associated with the Greens in this one.
Or some other third thing. Either way, we're going to be looking at the Space Rangers closely, and we're going to see what kind of role they're going to play in the movie.
Yeah, and I feel like the Greens are definitely going to save the world. It feels like it's another save the world thing that's going on. It kind of feels like the Casagrandes movie where they save the world, Ronnie Ann saved the world.
Not only that, but this is going to share similar traits, similar dynamics to the Casagrandes in terms of child-parent-like relationships being in conflict.
Yeah, that's the one thing too. That's actually a really good point to bring out, actually.
Yeah.
I want to see how Tilly and Alice are going to be doing in space. Looks like, from the way I saw the previews, looks like Tilly found like some sort of alien creature. Alice, I don't even know what she's doing. I feel like she's got to do some like martial arts stuff here and there. What is Gwendolyn Zapp's plan? Because she literally brought up the kids, really brought up the Greens up there, and we don't know what the point is. I know that's supposed to be like saving an asteroid from coming to Earth. I think that's the point of the story, maybe. But there has to be like some sort of like big thing. What made them go into vacation and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, and you can tell Gwendolyn Zapp looks so menacing here.
Yeah, it kind of makes me feel like she's the villain.
Oh, the poster does give out that yes, there's your villain right there. Look how menacing she is. She's gonna be the villain.
She reminds me of Elon Musk.
And that's what I adore about this, is that Gwendolyn Zapp is a social commentary on Elon Musk, and it's done perfectly well.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the other characters that will also appear in the show. We saw Nancy. She was also in the booth. She was also in the booth where Gwendolyn Zapp was, and I feel like she was trying to save her family, but in the end, she didn't go up with them to space, and she's also was like carried off by some robots. I'm assuming she's trying to stop something with Gwendolyn.
Yeah. It's been hinted at, like it's been shown that Nancy's gonna explore or find out some sort of like grand evil plans going on. She's gonna do her best to stop it, save her family.
And I'm kind of wondering like what those robots are, because like I remember they landed in some sort of like planet or something, and there's some robots that came up and they were about to attack the truck that Bill was in.
Yeah. The robots are gonna be having an antagonistic role in the movie, but they could be their own full-fledged antagonists on their own, or they could be created or hired by Gwendolyn Zapp.
Yeah, so again, a lot of mysteries that happen. I do like the fact that the trailer, it does gives us more questions than answers. It's not like a very straightforward thing of what it's going to be for Big City Greens, but it's starting tomorrow. We're all excited. The countdown has just started on Disney Channel, by the way, so yes, it's going to be exciting. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Where is Gloria? Where has she been in the trailer? She's nowhere. She's nowhere.
Movie, if you don't give this beautiful purple woman a prominent role, 0 out of 10.
Oh my God! What?
If you don't show her enough, like, you'll be hearing me rant.
Because like she
nonstop.
is in the freaking
She's
poster.
if she's in the poster, that means she has a prominent role. She better get a prominent role, or there's going to be hell to be raised.
Also, another thing too. Why are the Remingtons in space too? We need an answer for that too.
I'm sort of wondering how big of a role the Remingtons are going to play.
Maybe they might help the Greens out. Who knows?
Like, will Remy have just the supporting role, or will Remy actually contribute to the plot?
I have no idea. It just feels like he might be a distraction. That's one thing that I'm kind of like putting my like conspiracy theory on right now.
Or are the Remingtons there just to flaunt over the fact that, hey, we're rich, so we can go to space anytime?
That's probably the main reason there.
I think that could be it.
Yeah, but why come at a time where like they were trying to save the world? What the hell?
Who knows? But I think it's more along the lines of Remy wanting to visit Cricket because they're best friends.
Right. Again, a lot of questions to be answered for this movie, and we're going to watch it as we're recording tomorrow.
Yes!
So Big City Greens movie Spacecation comes out.
We'll watch it tomorrow.
On June 6th on Disney Channel, the next day on Disney Plus. So please check out Big City Greens Spacecation. I've heard from the creators it has been an exciting ride with them. Have you seen the pictures from Disney TVA's account about like the showing and stuff?
They look good.
No. I'm just saying like the Hooten brothers. There were some guest stars. Did you check out the Instagrams of them or?
I haven't. I'll check it out later.
Oh, okay. I thought you did because like they were doing something like apparently last weekend they were doing some sort of like red carpet thing, to at least showcase the movie. So it's pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
I thought you actually were able to see it. So I'll explain it.
The red carpet, yeah.
Yeah. So the voice actors of Cricket and Tilly were there. Even Raven Simone was there because she also is a prominent role in Big City Greens.
Nice.
Even Zena Robinson was also there too. You know him. He's Remy Remington.
Yo, I saw Zeno Robinson once, so of course I know him.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just saying like. It looks exciting. The whole cast is excited for this movie too.
Yes.
So yeah, Big City Greens movie comes out tomorrow, and yes, please vote for it on the KCAs.
I mean, yeah, KCS may not be legitimate, but it is as sort of gesture. As a gesture, do please vote for BCG and KCAs, please.
Well, the thing is that congrats to Big City Greens for actually making it to the KCAs and getting nominated, but I am not voting for them. I'm voting for the next show that we're going to be discussing. Because on June 21st, there is a brand new movie coming out on Nickelodeon. It's called The Loud House Movie, No Time to Spy.
Yes.
So let's go to it and let's talk about what happened when we were away. There's a brand new trailer that came out. We get to see more information on what's going on. It's a family vacation, and apparently Lincoln saw some things happening that brought Myrtle back to being a spy. She gets caught, and now the family's trying to save her.
Yeah.
So how are your feelings on the brand new trailer that we saw for No Time to Spy?
When I saw the trailer of No Time to Spy, this was definitely a legitimately full-fledged look at the movie, because before the trailer we've been getting some promos, some images, some teasers here and there, but not really like painting the whole picture as to what the movie's about. This movie gives us so much context. Like the trailer gives us so much context.
So yes, I'm excited. Like the film is absolutely exciting to watch. All the family members are working together to rescue Myrtle, and I feel like it's a rescue mission. Like Myrtle gets caught, and Lincoln is the one who saw Myrtle get caught, and the family is there to help him out. I do like the fact that Lola doubted everything about the David Steele stuff.
Yeah.
And then literally, like when you saw the line when Lola said, like, "Oh my God, this spy thing is real."
Everything Lincoln said about the spy thing is true?
Yeah, exactly. So now the whole family is in a whole situation of like trying to rescue Myrtle, trying to get themselves out of this spy situation that Lincoln got themselves in, And there's some scenes in the trailer that got me like really excited about. I mean, first off, the families all changed their clothes. That's one thing.
Yes.
And I just hope they actually do this like constantly now, because we get to see them always for 8 straight seasons of them in their same clothes. I'm just saying, like, if they're going to change their clothes for this particular movie, can we like at least get some change of clothes everywhere in the series, if anything?
Yeah, you got to change it up. I mean, the only character that we've seen that has legitimately changed her clothes was Lily, but that was only after she grew up.
Yeah, that was it. There was also like some big chase scenes that happened. Do you remember that whole buggy scene where you get to see Rita trying to drive a buggy while the whole family is trying to like throw off some henchmen?
Yeah, it felt like a legitimate action car chase scene. It really did. Something along the lines of Fast and Furious, for instance. Fast and Furious 007, those sort of vibes.
Now, obviously, the biggest thing that we want to talk about is like surprises. What big surprises can we see We already know that one of Big Surprise was going to happen in the movie. Apparently, Flip is going to be in the movie.
How the
Flip? I don't think you can ever skip from Flip. Flip is going to be in every Loud House project, okay?
What the Flip? How the Flip did Flip, of all people, get a job at a resort when he already works at Gas Food Fuel?
So he was in the Loud House movie, and he's now going to be in the Loud House movie No Time to Spy.
How?
I don't know if he's going to have a big importance either. Because, like, he'll just run this whole resort that the Louds are in. And
I have a feeling that they only put Flip there because hardy har har, we got to put Flip everywhere.
Well, I mean, this is a Loud House movie. I mean, like, he's supposed to be like a comedy relief guy, I guess, in this case.
Whatever. I'm just saying, I hope they use him in small doses.
I really hope so too, but who knows? He might have a big important role later in the movie. We'll see. I do want to see more of Myrtle's past. We do get to see it from that one leaked clip that we saw a couple of days ago.
I remember that leaked
but
clip,
we want to see the full entire scene. What made Myrtle a spy? What made her with this villain? And I'm assuming the villain is definitely in that clip. We just didn't get the full clip of like how the beginning of the movie is going to be.
Which is a good thing because we want to be surprised by what we see in the movie. We don't want the movie to spoil us too much with these clips and trailers and all that stuff. So I like that they're still keeping a mystery aspect to it.
Which I actually appreciate, so that's good to hear. So we don't even know the villain, who that is going to be. So I'm assuming it's a brand new character that will pop up. It'd be funny if it actually is someone that we know. No, it's Scoots. Scoots is the villain. Oh!
Oh, God. Plot twist. Scoots was the villain the whole time. Oh, God. I really hope not because...
I'm just joking. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be that. Look. The Loud House writers have getting better, like, to say the least. Like, Season 8 is looking to be promising, which, by the way, is a brand new season, by the way, for the Loud House. So.
Season 8 has been turning out very well so far.
No. It's not Season 8 yet. It's next week. Next week starts Season 8. Yeah.
I mean, like the most recent season, I mean.
Yeah. This is the last episodes of Season 7 that's airing right now.
Yeah.
Season 8 airs next week.
Yeah, so get ready for Season 8 after this movie.
Yeah, so no. Next week.
Next week.
Next week, yeah. I'm saying there is new episodes of Loud House next week. So, getting me so confused here all of a sudden. But yes, I do want to also see this too. Like, look, we are seeing Lincoln as Ace Savvy. Now he's really mostly focused on David Steele. Is this the end of Ace Savvy for Lincoln Loud?
I really hope not, because you can have multiple interests. You can have multiple hyperfixations. It could happen. So I'm really hoping that Ace Savvy does come back in some way, shape, or form. But I do love, Lincoln as David Steele is so awesome.
This is going to be his big David Steele moment. And we have seen him be a spy in so many other episodes, like Lights, Camera, Murder Action, that episode. Yeah, I mean, he's been, even the new episode this week, there's a new episode of him being David Steele, too. So it's just ongoing. Like, he's just being David Steele. He's not like the Ace Savvy that we saw back in the early seasons. Something tells me, like, he's kind of fallen off David Steele, fallen off the Ace Savvy ride and now became the David Steele that he now loves.
So I don't know if I want to accept that Ace Savvy was just a face for him. I want to still say that there's a part of Lincoln that is a fan of Ace Savvy by heart, but he's just more focused on David Steele as of right now.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I mean, this is definitely a spy movie. It's definitely exciting to see how this all goes. I feel like this is going to be better than the Loud House movie. So
really,
because like it's canon. Because the thing is that we know Myrtle was a spy from Pop Up the Question. Now they're continuing the story on to No Time to Spy.
Yeah, and I think that. I think the only thing that the Netflix movie is going to have over this is the animation style, and because it was more I
think it was definitely animated well. From the way I'm seeing all the scenes that are popping up from the trailer, it looks to be well animated to the regular series itself.
No, like I'm saying, like the animation here is much more closer to the Loud House TV series, but I'm saying like Netflix Loud House movie animation was more well-rounded. It was more well put together. This is good too, as well as someone who is a fan of the TV show. But I'm saying like, animation-wise, Netflix Loud House movie knocked it out of the park. But yeah, like the Loud House movie, whether it will be better or worse than the Netflix Loud House movie, I don't know. But it looks to be a promising movie itself.
Oh, it definitely looks to be a promising movie. I feel like it could be better than the regular Loud House movie that we saw on Netflix. I mean, look. all the stuff that happened in the Netflix movie was not canon at all. It was just like some sort of like filler movie.
God, yeah.
This time around looks to be canon, and I can't wait to see what'll happen next. I will imagine the events that'll happen after the movie will blend into season 8 of Loud House. So
it definitely will. It definitely will. I feel like this will be another huge milestone for Lincoln in terms of character development. Like this will be his one of his peak moments.
Mm-hmm. Which character are you gonna be most excited for besides Lincoln?
You mean like the
well, I mean, like for me, Laurie's back. I mean, obviously, I want to see how Laurie is going to be so well, like, helpful in the family.
Hey, you already know who I'm excited for. Luna Loud, baby. Let's go.
Luna Loud is rocking a fedora, I think. She has a new hat.
Luna Loud's hat. I'll never forget Luna Loud's hat. It was just so awesome.
Also, Lynn Loud Jr. wearing, like, a polo or something. Like, she wearing that brand new polo. Also, Luann in that brand new blue dress. It's pretty, actually, on her.
And also, Lenny Loud's dress sort of reminds me of Mirabelle's dress from Encanto.
Kinda,
like
yeah.
the
with the white
dress.
and blue. Yeah.
The white and blue, yeah.
It definitely fits her, I think. I know that she's done other dresses here and there, but I think like this definitely works for her. It is supposed to be like a summer vacation, like a Hawaiian vacation and stuff. They're supposed to blend in than having the regular clothes that they apparently wore, the same thing they went to Scotland for.
I'm going to say this, that the character that has some of the best moments in the trailer is not so much Lincoln, but it's more like Lola. My God.
Yeah.
Lola Loud has really peak comedy moments.
I mean, Lola has definitely improved in character too. I've been starting to like her a whole lot. She's not the same brat that she was before. Like she's getting more adjusted. She's not like, angry all the time. And if anything, I kind of feel more compassionate towards her because of all her mistakes sometimes. And I'm like, okay, maybe she's getting better in a character, and I'm starting to like Lola a lot now. Yeah,
she's been my favorite ever since season 1 because of the fact of how it's such a breath of fresh air of how they pretty much built up this bratty girl archetype, and they pretty much build her up to be much more than that. And I'm gonna say this right now: Low Loud episodes are some of the best of the Loud House series overall.
They definitely are.
Iconic moments.
They definitely are. Yes. So yes, No Time to Spy, definitely a big movie that is coming out in 2 weeks on June 21st on Nickelodeon, and it'll be streaming the next day on Paramount Plus. One thing I also want to bring up: will we have Casagrande's appearances?
Please.
Will we have a Ronnie Ann, Bobby appearance here and there? I mean, you did that for the Casagrande's movie. Maybe in this movie we'll have some Casagrande's pops here and there. I would love it if Ronnie Ann pops up out of nowhere.
Although, have Ronnie Ann play a more prominent role in No Time to Spy than Lincoln did in Casagrande's movie, because in the Casagrande's movie, it was just Lincoln and Laurie's screen names.
And then also the Ronikin moment, too, so...
And also the Ronikin moment, that's what I mean. Like, in No Time to Spy, have the Ronikin moment be, like, face-to-face. Like, when they're chatting with each other on video chat. I want to see that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I want to see that.
Yeah, so, yes, I can't wait for this. I think this is the most exciting thing I'm going to be watching this June. Same with Big City Greens.
Yes.
Same with Big City Greens. This is definitely exciting to watch. This is the reason why we brought them as the big topics tonight, because Big City Greens, I mean, I've loved this show ever since we're now in season 4. Now they have their big movie. I believe this is going to be a groundbreaking movie for Big City Greens. It's going to help out Disney Channel a whole lot. Maybe get some Big City Greens fans into the show,
Yes. Like, honestly, I feel like Spacecation... Now, we know that, unfortunately, Big City Greens, when it comes to its popularity and its hype, it isn't as prominent as Alphibia because, they want fantasy and all that stuff.
Well, here's the thing. It's done. It's Owl House and Amphibia are done. We got to stick. We got to go with, like, I've said this before. Big City Greens feels like the SpongeBob of Disney Channel right now.
And Big City Greens is so underappreciated in terms of fandom hype. And I'm hoping that the movie builds up the fandom hype to make the show as hype as the other Disney Channel shows. Mm-hmm.
So yes, all of the June, we pretty much all covered it up. We can't wait for the Big City Greens movie coming out tomorrow, literally on June 6th, actually.
Yes.
And also the No Time to Spy movie. We can't wait for that movie as well, as huge Loud House fans ourselves. Yes. Can't wait to see how the next chapter of David Steele Lincoln is going to be.
June 2024 is a big month for cartoon-based movies.
Yes, so that's all we can highlight for June. And that's pretty much it for our little short video of the Anination podcast. This June is going to be very exciting with a lot of premieres of movies and TV shows, and I hope you guys enjoy it. But that's it for us here tonight. We'll be back with new episodes starting next week. But until then, we'll see you guys next week for a new episode of the Anination podcast.
Have a nice day, y'all.
Bye, everybody. Enjoy it. Enjoy not the Garfield movie, gross. Enjoy Big City. Oh, God damn it. Enjoy Big City.
Yes,
Enjoy Big City
much
next week.
better.
Enjoy Big City next week. I mean, tomorrow. Shit.
We will.
Enjoy Big City tomorrow, everybody. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys the next one. Woo.
you.